Why do you catch feelings for one person but feel nothing for someone else? Why does one smile light you up while another leaves you cold? Attraction isn't random, it's psychology. And once you understand it, you'll see why we like who we like and how much of it is out of our control. Attraction starts long before we realize it. When you see someone you're drawn to, your brain floods with chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine is the feel-good hormone. It lights up the brain's reward system, the same system triggered by winning a game or eating your favorite food. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, is what creates that sense of connection. What's wild is how fast this happens. Within seconds of meeting someone, your brain is already deciding whether to hit that chemical switch. And here's the kicker. It's not just about looks. Yes, appearance can grab attention, but the deeper pull comes from how someone makes your brain feel. If they trigger comfort, laughter, or even just familiarity, the brain tags them as rewarding. That's why sometimes you can't explain why you're drawn to someone. It's not logic, it's chemistry. But chemistry doesn't stand alone. It's influenced by something bigger, your past experiences and hidden patterns. So, let's talk about those hidden patterns because they explain why you might be attracted to people who seem oddly familiar. Have you ever noticed how some people are attracted to partners who remind them of their past, sometimes even their family? It sounds strange, but it's one of the most powerful forces in attraction: familiarity. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. The more you're exposed to someone, or even to people who resemble them, the more likely you are to feel comfortable and attracted. It's not about consciously choosing. Your brain is wired to see familiar faces and behaviors as safe. That's why you might feel instant ease with someone who laughs like your best friend, or who shares mannerisms with someone from your childhood. It's not fate, it's recognition. Even the music, smells, or places connected with certain people can prime your attraction. This is why you might feel drawn to someone you've seen around often, even if you haven't spoken much. Familiarity lowers your brain's defenses. It whispers, "I know this. I can trust this." And in attraction, trust is everything. But familiarity isn't the only driver. If our brains love comfort, why are we also drawn to excitement, challenge, and even mystery? That's where the paradox of attraction kicks in. We're drawn to people who feel like us, but not too much like us. Psychology shows that attraction thrives on a balance: similarity for safety, difference for excitement. Think about it. If someone shares your values, sense of humor, or lifestyle, you click. That similarity builds connection, but if they're exactly like you in every way, it gets boring. The spark often comes from contrast, the parts of them that surprise or challenge you. Opposites don't always attract in every sense, but complementary traits do. An introvert may find themselves fascinated by an extrovert's energy. Someone cautious may feel drawn to a risk-taker. It's not about clashing, it's about filling in what we lack. And here's the kicker. Similarity and difference work together. Too much similarity feels stale. Too much difference feels unstable. The sweet spot is in between. That balance explains why attraction is so hard to predict. Two people might share the same interests but feel nothing. Another pair might have opposite hobbies but can't stay away from each other. It's the dance between comfort and curiosity that fuels attraction. But even similarity and difference only explain part of the story. Because attraction isn't just about who someone is, it's also about how they make you feel about yourself. One of the most underrated forces in attraction is how someone reflects you back to yourself. Psychologists call this the mirror effect. We tend to like people who validate the version of ourselves we want to be. Think about it. If someone laughs at your jokes, you feel funny. If they respect your ideas, you feel smart. If they light up when you walk in, you feel valued. That reflection becomes addictive. You're not just drawn to them, you're drawn to the way they make you feel. Studies show we even mimic the body language and speech of people we're attracted to without realizing it. That mirroring creates a loop. The more they reflect us, the more we reflect them. And that loop builds connection fast. But here's the twist. It's not always healthy. Sometimes attraction isn't about who's good for us, but who confirms the story we already believe about ourselves, even if it's negative. That's why people can find themselves in patterns of unhealthy attraction. It feels right because it feels familiar. Understanding the mirror effect can help break those cycles and create better ones. Now that we know attraction is as much about us as it is about them, let's explore the one thing almost everyone underestimates: timing and context. Attraction doesn't happen in a vacuum. The same person can feel magnetic in one situation and barely noticeable in another. Psychologists call this the misattribution of arousal. When your body is in a heightened state, like after exercise, during a thrilling movie, or even in a stressful moment, you're more likely to interpret those feelings as attraction if someone is nearby. That's why dates often involve exciting activities: roller coasters, scary movies, concerts. The arousal gets linked to the person you're with. Timing also matters. If you're open, curious, and emotionally available, you're more likely to feel attracted and be attractive in return. If you're stressed, closed off, or stuck in the past, even the most perfect person might not light you up. Attraction isn't just about the other person. It's about the state of mind you're in when you meet them. That's why sometimes two people meet, feel nothing, then reconnect years later and suddenly click. The person didn't change, the timing did. So, when we put it all together, chemistry, familiarity, similarity, and difference, reflection, and timing, we see why attraction feels like magic, even though it's rooted in psychology. Attraction isn't a mystery. It's chemistry in your brain, familiarity in your past, balance in your personalities, reflection in your self-image, and timing in your life. But here's the truth. You don't choose who sparks those feelings. You can't make yourself attracted to someone by logic. Attraction is fast, emotional, and often irrational, but understanding it helps. It helps you see why you're drawn to certain people, why patterns repeat, and why timing can flip the switch. And it helps you avoid the trap of thinking attraction is fate. It's not fate, it's science. So, what should you take from this? Don't chase attraction blindly. Pay attention to the patterns behind it. Ask yourself, does this person only feel familiar, or do they genuinely bring out the best version of me? Does the timing make me feel excited, or am I confusing adrenaline with connection? Attraction can open the door, but what keeps people connected is more than sparks. It's choice, effort, and respect. So the next time you wonder why someone makes your heart race, remember, it's not random. It's your brain, your past, and your psychology, all working in 7 seconds or less. And knowing that gives you power.